Hello YouTube stackers. This is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we always believe in staying stacked and packed. Stacked with silver, gold, food, ammo, and packed with the means necessary to defend our stack. I want to take a few minutes and talk about the physical security risk of owning silver. This is often an overstated risk. Before I do, let's look at other places we could put our wealth and the security risk associated with them. First of all, cash out of a bank. We still run the risk of theft. We also run the risk of inflation, which is almost certainty, along with fire or destruction from the elements. Cash in a bank also has the inflation risk along with a hacking risk. Look at the information that was compromised on the latest Equifax data breach. 143 million Americans. It puts us, you, me, us, in the crosshairs of being a potential hacking victim. Supposedly the banks put the money back. How long can that happen? The bad actors in that case are not even in the United States often. Let's look at buying a stock. We have the potential for financial statement fraud. We buy the stock based on good numbers. Turns out the books were cooked. Enron, WorldCom, two classic examples that come to mind. Or we could buy into an investment fund that looks totally legit on the surface. However, it turns out to be a Ponzi scheme. Bernie Madoff. Let's look at rental property. We buy this nice little rental house. We advertise it for rent. We get this sweet grandma that comes in to rent our rental house. We rent it to her. Turns out she was really renting it for her meth head grandson. When the police raid the place, do all kinds of damage during the raid, they find a meth lab. We get to pay for an environmental hazard cleanup. Gotta like that. So, let's move to the risk of silver security. We get to choose where we are going to store our silver. We can set the conditions ahead of time. We can't do it with these other forms of wealth holdings. We can with silver. Now granted, there are some people that will try to steal our silver. But we can hide it. Two places I do not like to keep silver, nor will I, is in a bank safe deposit box. Think about a major cataclysmic event. What's the chances of me being able to access that bank vault? 0 to none. Nor do I like to keep it in a safe at my house. The reason being, guess where the bad guys are going to go to look this safe? I also don't show my stack around. Now, obviously I say I own silver. The pieces you guys have seen in the video has been the same pieces repetitively. Why? Because personally I don't keep it at my house. Side note, one thing that bothers me is some of you guys make great videos, but you show a lot of your stack. I saw this one guy take his dining room table and lay out over $100,000 worth of medals on his dining room table. And people depend on the anonymity of the internet that do this. Like they're a speck of sand in a big sandstorm and they cannot be distinguished who they are. When you lay out $100 grand worth of easily convertible to cash objects that can be picked up and carried away, bad guys with skills start noticing. So you guys that show your stats, don't depend on the anonymity of the internet for your protection. Take other steps if you feel the need to show your stat. Benjamin Franklin had a great quote, and I love this. A man that displays his wife or his wallet too often is in danger of having both of them borrowed. I thought that was a great quote. Okay, so let's go back to physical security of the silver. We can choose where we're going to put it, and if we keep it in our house, and like I said, I do not keep mine in my house, but if we keep it in our house, somebody has to make the choice to invade our space, a space that we have preset, and we can deal with that threat. We can engage that threat. We actually got a chance to protect our own stuff. So I would highly recommend the pack part of pack and stack if you own silver. Honestly, I believe in both. Stay packed and stacked. Well, stacked and packed. I said it backwards. Another thing I like about silver, a risk these other assets have, is confiscation. That is not a risk of silver. How do you confiscate something? There's no record that exists and you can't find. Bank accounts can be taken by somebody from the Utah data center. Can't do a thing about it. But silver, particularly bought right, where it's untraceable, how do you find it? And how do you take it? I don't know. That's one reason I love silver. Guys, let me know what you think. Agree or disagree. Tell me what you think and why you think it. Give me a thumbs up, please. Subscribe if you haven't. This Saturday, we are going to do the economics of silver, a new video. Sunday, a huge announcement that I'm excited about. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Stay stacked and packed.